I'll tell you, because my mother, when I was going through this period, I'm like, Mom, I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, I was led to do this thing, and I'm doing this thing, but I can't pay my bills.
Yep.
And she goes, what do you think? You're going to go get a job and work for someone? And there was this moment of silence, and we were like, I would say it was born from the ashes of the pizza business.
Right.
My life in the pizza business.
Right.
And between October of 2013 and January 1st of 2014, I was in a period where I needed to decide what I was going to do. And I really wanted to do it right, not just run out and get a job. Luckily, I had money saved and I was able to take my time a little. So I really put a lot of conscious thought into it rather than being impulsive. Wasn't even sure I was going to be in the restaurant business because that was all I had been doing for 20 some years.
Sure. That's a tough moment, too.
It was a tough moment. I was 40 some years old.
Right.
And it was like, okay, if I'm going to do it now, I'm going to do it right.
Right.
And I'm going to do what I'm put on earth to do. And I kept being drawn to certain situations that were enabling me to open a cafe.
Really?
Yeah.
So in other words, what?
My first location, somebody asked me, hey, do you know anyone looking to open a cafe? I know somebody who has a perfect spot for it. I said, okay, that's interesting. And then another friend of mine that I knew from about 10, 15 years prior just happened to be showing me his property in Springville.
Okay.
And we were almost done, and as a last-minute thought, he goes, oh, check this out in the basement. I got these storage units, and one of them was filled with cafe equipment. Tea, stainless steel pots.
Like ready to go, like a cartoon Acme set.
Acme
right?
cafe set, right?
You're like, take it and set it, and you're done.
I was like, what's all this about? I was like ready to leave. He goes, oh, that's just a place that went out of business. I had to seize their equipment. So I ended up making a deal with him.
You did?
Yeah, and that got everything started.
Is some of that gear here right now?
Some of it, yeah. Yeah, some of the, like that microwave, I think I got from him for maybe $10.
Wow.
And it's a fabulous microwave. It's huge.
Dude, it's awesome when you can,
Yeah. Everything's either used or secondhand.
It has to be.
It has to be.
There's no.
Well, it's not a fine line, but you can tell when a new place opens and it's an independent instead of a chain, and they've got all brand new stuff. You can be like, if they don't have a marketing budget, I'm going to give them 6 months, because they put.
Dude, yeah.
They're paying the bank how much.
Heavy.
Yeah. But where it does make sense is, say, like I'm 7, 8, 9, 10 years in, and I don't want my equipment to fail anymore.
Yeah.
Then I get a new one with a warranty, and like that bar there, that hasn't failed me yet, but
Right.
I might want something that's not going to break down.
Yeah.
See, the interesting thing, you can, like you were sort of alluding to it, that life hands you things that that are meant to be.
Yep.
And you're shown the signs of when it's meant to be. So long story short, I went from saying between that period in October to January, saying, well, I'm thinking about opening a cafe. I might open this. I might do that. January 1st, I said, I'm doing this. I am opening Cozy, and at the time, Cafe. And within 8 weeks, I had everything I needed. I had the building. I had the equipment. I had employees. I had the lease. I had the inspections done.
Holy cow.
I was ready to
Dude,
go.
that's super, super fast.
In 8 weeks, I was ready to go.
In the middle of winter.
I was ready so fast that so that was, from January to March.
Right.
I took all of March just to get training, acclimated, get us used to the thing. Then I opened April 1st, which
You did?
it's kind of ironic, April 1st.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it was this building.
It was not here. It was
Oh,
down
it
the
wasn't
road.
here. It was down the road. So
3 years.
So you fought the good fight there for 3 years.
I fought the good fight. I opened as a cafe for the first year.
Did it have a little? It had the cafe.
Yeah, like 9, 10 tables.
Right, enough to.
We did tea, we did coffee, we did panini sandwiches, little wraps, little salads, and a little more delicate kind of menu. But after a year of that, I decided to focus only on catering. I said, I'm just going to do catering out of here, and that way I can go promote it and market the catering instead of coming in every day.
It was Cozy Cafe.
Yeah.
And so the catering wasn't on deck.
Catering didn't happen. Well, catering was an afterthought. It was Cozy Cafe and Catering. That was the original name. So then in 2017, I rebranded it Cozy Catering Buffalo, adding the Buffalo so when people do searches online,
Right.
I would come up.
Super smart.
And
Because you
thank
have to. You have to build that because you
Yeah.
know it aggregates every
Yeah.
iteration of your name online. If you Buffalo,
Yep.
Buffalo, Buffalo, it works.
And I can't just say Clarence. I mean,
No.
it's not that big a town. And,
Right.
you
No,
know,
you can't. Yeah, because
Right.
you'll be like, where the hell am I?
Right,
On this,
exactly.
Yeah, Buffalo is what you need.
Right.
So now you start marketing it. You're not quite 3 years into it at this point, right? Because
Right.
you were.
I was kind of the basket lady. Like I'd go early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
This is after I closed the cafe. Go in early in the morning, make a ton of food in clear containers, wraps, salads, etc. Put them in Coleman coolers.
Okay.
Hit the road, and I'd go up and down to businesses and be
You
like,
did.
"Here's what's for lunch, $6, $5, whatever." And I was making like $200-300 a day.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it was good. You know, it wasn't a sustainable business model, but it was good for 10 months in 2015.
Well, listen, I love that because that's what I do. You're just out doing. You have
the
to,
streets,
man.
hustling.
You have to hustle.
Yeah.
You get out, and you don't even know what the day is gonna bring.
Right.
You got this food. I love it because you're just like it's an old-fashioned thing to
Send
do.
up a prayer.
Yeah. And we're
You're
just
like,
gonna see what happens.
Whatever's meant to be, it's
Yeah,
up to
will
you
be.
now.
Yeah. And you did though.
Yeah.
And you were doing. That's what. Listen, if you tell most people I was making 2-3 a day, people are like, "Where do I sign up for that?" So, but it's a lot of work, and people
It's a
don't
lot of
realize.
work.
You're in at what 5 in the morning.
Something like that.
And just working your tail off, getting
Yeah.
this food prepped. You put it in your coolers, and the worst part about that is you could have a bad day.
Could have a bad
and
day.
it's all gone.
Come back with tons of stuff.
And no,
Yeah. And then it's like 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm calling churches and stuff like, "Hey, you
yeah,
guys wanna-"
can I unload this?
Yeah.
So now you're doing that. You were doing that to promote the business, to
Yeah.
sell this food, which is a great. So you were at least, you weren't out just flyering. You were making money while you were out.
Right.
And so you've got people at your cafe running that. So it's this is a quintessential entrepreneurial
Yeah.
startup after a career already.
Yes.
This is the
Started over.
Yeah,
Completely started
second
over.
career.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So what's interesting too about that was, and here's the positive spin on it. I was bringing my product directly to consumers. So it was a form of direct marketing,
right.
and it was a form of test marketing, because I would create
Yep.
new items that I would test, and rather than test it on a group of 30
Right.
and fail, I would test it on one person at a time.
It's-
Here's an avocado turkey wrap. Tell me what you think. Then I'd hear the next day, "Hey, we want those. Let's do more of those."
That's super smart.
So most of my menu and all the unique little items like that wrap, the
Right.
Godfather panini, they were born out of that process.
Period.
Yeah. So that was
Wow.
the gestation period. I
Dress
just
up in
had my
white.
SUV and I piled as many coolers as I could.
Awesome.
And I would have like, the main dishes, the salads, little sides,
Yep.
and I'd have little desserts.
But everybody
brownie.
knew you in Clarence. You were staying in Clarence. Most people.
I did most of my business on that side of Transit Road.
You did. You
Yeah,
expanded your market.
Yeah, for multiple reasons. I mean, part of it was
You were playing around too.
playing around,
Right.
and part of it was like, I guess, how do I put this? Like, not quite embarrassment, but like, here's the guy that was
Uh-huh.
owner of a
Right.
over $1 million a year business. Now he's selling food out of his trunk. I can't even say it without laughing.
Dude, no, but I
know
get
what I mean?
it. But it's awesome. When you
Right.
think about like.
It's awesome now, but it wasn't awesome.
Yeah. No, I know.
You
It's
know.
the same thing with mine.
You got to be willing to risk it, and then wonder like, how much more faith do you want me to have? Why do you test?
Yeah.
you're
Why?
testing me?
Right. It's painful.
Yeah.
It's painful, man.
A lot of painful.
Super quick in 3. That's good.
I'll tell you, because my mother, when I was going through this period, I'm like, Mom, I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, I was led to do this thing, and I'm doing this thing, but I can't pay my bills.
Yep.
And she goes, "What do you think? You're gonna go get a job and work for someone?" And there was this moment of silence, and we were like,
Dude, no.
that's the tricky part too, is going through the struggle when you hate it on the surface, but somewhere like way, way, way down in there's that little voice just
Yeah.
saying,
Can't.
you're gonna hang on one more day.
Yep.
And
And
you
then
don't know how.
yeah, but things and so the things, the universe, I don't know, the God, the universe, things just happen.
Yeah.
And one thing leads to another, and I believe firmly that if you're here for a reason and you're doing the thing that you were put here to do,
Yes.
and you are sincere about it, and this
Yeah.
is not about taking, but about giving,
Yeah.
because it's a reciprocal nature of everything.
Right. Then
know?
you're in harmony with the universe, and of course, the universe is going to provide
Flow.
what you need. You're in
Yeah,
the flow.
it's
Yeah.
just flow. And that's what's happened for you. It's happened for me. And I do this 5-6 days a week with businesses. It's amazing to see how we all are so dedicated to what we do.
Yeah.
And the ones that I see that are really like in your wheelhouse, the universe opens up and things happen. But you don't think at the time it's going to happen.
At that moment, yeah.
But you do it like...
You know, it's funny you say that because I didn't really think much about it, but I went from direct selling, and I would send people the menu ahead of time. Because they'd say, oh, you ran out of this type of salad. I'd say, well, here's the menu. I'll text it to your phone. Call me and reserve it, or text and I'll reserve it for you.
Right.
know? So I started taking orders that way. So then, after 10 months, I said, I'm going to switch it to more of a retail model where I only take the orders and I don't risk everything by setting up all the food ahead of time.
Right.
Yeah. So I would send menus out, but the power of suggestion wasn't there anymore,
It was...
and my sales dropped.
Wow, because
Yeah.
it was instant.
Yeah.
You want this? It's right there. And somebody will say, yeah, I want that.
Right. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, I've got the money in my pocket. Here it is. But if I send them a menu, now it's a lot easier for them to say no. They look at
Right.
their phone. They're like, I'm just going to skip him today.
You're-
The fickle market. You know,
Yeah.
they want, the market wants me to be open
Right.
12 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right.
They want to be able to walk in and get a large pepperoni
Whatever
pizza.
they want. Yep.
That's what they want. I'm not going to give them that, but I've got to find where I
A
can.
balance, right?
Yeah, exactly. So after the peddling phase, it was 10 months, I had a brief retail phase.
I love that you call it peddling and
Peddling.
direct sales, because it really, at the end of the day, is peddling and direct
I
sales.
was peddling, yeah.
Yeah.
So then it became a brief retail phase that didn't do well for a few months. And then I said, I'm just going to get serious about catering, because I started to realize all the time I'm putting into creating this one menu for a Tuesday or
Right.
whatever. And then I'm faxing it, I'm emailing it, I'm sending it by text, and then I'm taking the orders. All that time, I could put into creating a catering menu and make all the money back
Right.
that I think I'm going to make that day. So I really hunkered down. It was fall of 2016, and I came up with a new menu. It was the first glossy one that I ever did.
And now when you came here, you started a takeout menu. Was that
Yep.
right away?
No, it was a year and a half in.
Wow. So
Yep.
this was just so your door wasn't open.
Nope.
This was all by phone. I mean, you could stop in and talk to you probably.
If
But,
you caught me here, yeah.
Yeah.
Or I would set up an appointment time and meet people here.
so it's more of a kitchen.
Yeah,
That's all it
kitchen
was
only.
at that
Yep.
point. So now a year and a half in. So now, to back me up on a good location, I'm just going to shoot in the dark here.
Yeah.
You had people stopping in wanting takeout,
Basically, yeah.
and you're like, okay, I
Right.
guess I got to do takeout.
Well,
Right?
and I'll give this guy credit. My original partner at Mazia's, I
Okay.
still talk to him,
Okay.
Tony, would say to me, why don't you open for lunch? And so I said, all right, well, maybe instead of 10 to 2, I'll do 11 to 2. And I'll try it Monday through Friday, because I still have my daughter.
Right.
And I won't go past 2, definitely not past 4, because I want
Right.
to be able to pick her up and do things. I said, okay, I'll try it. So I came up with that little takeout menu, 3 specials, pizza, sub and chip combo, wrap and chips combo, combo number 1, 2, and 3.
That's it. Nice and simple.
Simple.
Just to appease the thought.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Just
exactly.
to see.
Like, I'm not going to blow
No,
my mind
it's
and do
not
a whole
thing. No.
Right, like
It's-
here's 3 specials, take
Right.
it or leave it. And people liked it.
It worked.
Yeah, it worked. I do like the lunch program
Right.
for Arbeit Software every day. I have a dinner program that people can sign up for if they want. The regular catering menu, the takeout menu, those are all the little streams of income, and there's potential to go from there. I could have outside dining eventually if I want.
You could. And every time I pull in here, that's really a nice area.
On the side there.
Yeah.
Yep.
It just almost, I mean, just even me, like when I pull in, I was like, that's just looking for a patio and some tables.
Yeah.
You know?
Nice awning, you know.
And did you know, I just saw this and I was thinking about you the other day. But
I like to say, I have this in my menu too. It says, It says good, better, best.
Oh, time frame.
24, 48, 72 plus hours.
Gotcha.
So 24 is good. You know, you'll have some options.
Okay.
Not every option on the menu is
Right.
available within a day. 48's better, and then 72 is a nice comfort zone because then we can really plan ahead. We can not be in panic mode.
Sure.
and-
That's quick. I was thinking you would say 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You're
Yeah.
talking only 3 days.
Well, and typically my orders are more in the 20 to 50 people.
That's your
range.
average.
Yeah. So if we're doing a wedding, then yeah, that's going to be a few months out
Right.
because we're talking linens.
Hundreds of people,
and-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
100
and you're
plus
full
people.
service. This isn't just like catering. I'm going to drop a food and be gone.
Yeah.
You'll do everything.
We can do, it can be that small where we drop off.
Right.
And give you no paper products, or we can set up your whole buffet with the paper products and everything, or have servers on hand like those pictures I
Sure.
sent you.
Now, for the business where you stand now, we have our catering. You have your takeout. Your takeout is open till 2-ish.
Monday through Friday, 11 to 3.
Okay. Oh, wow. So that's good. You got your lunch crowd.
Got my lunch
Right.
crowd.
And if you want something, you can come in, take it to work with you if you're working
Yeah.
a late shift or dinner, because you're still 3 o'clock. You're still within the context of
Yeah.
a couple hours out.
And if somebody wants a large cheese pepperoni, for example, and they call me during lunch and they say, can I pick it up at 5?
You'll do it.
I'm going to treat it like a little catering order. I'll
Awesome.
be like, yeah, you've set aside the time. You've given me enough time.
Sure.
I'll make it. It'll be ready for you at 5.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So I'm approaching some dinner hours. You know, I'm saying this very cautiously, but like Tuesday, Thursdays, I'm approaching having a 5 to 7 dinner
Right.
hour and maybe doing individual dinners. But you know, we'll start with pizza and see where that goes.
Well, and you got to. This is how you're going to grow into that market.
Yeah,
you
you
don't
gotta test
know,
it.
you know. And now your catering business, generally, on average, we're talking 2 days out. Because you have your 1 day and your 3 day. So we'll just say like 2 days out. Give you a call. 20 to how many people?
20 to 50.
20 to
let's say.
50. So
Yeah.
To me, that's a ton of people for 2 days.
Yeah.
This menu is based on even the experience that you had at the other place too. I mean, this
Little
is a
bit.
lifetime's worth of experience.
Oh, it is. And I tell people it's all come full circle. Because I started out with pizza, wings, subs, and then I went totally the other way with more high end. And nowadays, I'm incorporating the sub platter,
Right.
the breakfast pizza. It's all being incorporated.
What is the most popular menu item that you have?
Popular. Well, you'll see on there I have a cozy classic next to a few items like
Yep,
the berry nutty
yep,
salad.
yep.
Picnic pasta salads is a serious go-to. The wrap platter is a very popular go-to item. Hot trays, I think kebabs kind of set us apart because not a lot of places offer those.
No, you never see kebabs. And when that lady just dropped that off, commented.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She
so
did.
you love, that's awesome to hear that.
Love to hear that. Hopefully
Yeah,
she puts it on Google.
Yeah, and that's the type of thing that people talk about.
Right.
You know, they're like, I should have had the kebabs. You should
Should
have
have
kebabs.
kebab. Yeah.
You know?
Something unique, different.
Homemade desserts is another thing here. So you've
Yeah.
got apple crisp, rice pudding, all homemade, everything.
All
That's
homemade.
it.
And really, besides those little ones, if you look slightly above where it has the baked goods and the different cookies, the
Right.
oatmeal raisin, molasses, those are all made from scratch. And I have a baker that works for me. You met her.
I met her.
last
She was
time.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. She used to own her own bakery.
Yep.
And she helped me to up our game. Well, so then we went from doing like box recipes to making them from scratch. And then I would tell Rick, who was working for me at the time, I'd say, we need a better scratch recipe. We're going to try this one. We'll try this. And we tried a few different ones until I really honed in on a good brownie recipe, good chocolate chip cookie recipe. And then she brought things in like the cranberry streusel bars, the molasses cookies, and she can just make them, like
Sure.
the back of her.
Yeah, she doesn't even. Yeah, that's what she said, and she was joking that when she opened up her bakery, it's chaos because she didn't anticipate that.
Sell out every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now your event compliments are kind of similar to what we were talking about,
Okay.
where you have the linens, you have a plastic cloth, you have a server that you
Yep.
can provide. So that's awesome. So that's really part of this.
Yes.
So you're not just dropping off your trays. You can provide basically a restaurant atmosphere.
It can be as basic as you want it to be, meaning, if you're on a budget.
Right.
Or if you want to go up to having a full scale
Nice cloth
event.
and a server, and you can do all
Yeah.
that.
I pretty much did it backwards. Like people usually start, they open a restaurant,
Right.
and then the restaurant grows, and then they say, hey, let's cater. Let's get into catering. Now we know what we're doing. We can serve parties.
Yeah.
I did it where I'm catering everything first and securing my catering clients, then went back to opening for takeout and doing the small orders. But what's nice about that, it's one feeds the other. So people come in for slices and they say, like I had a guy today, he goes, so is catering your main thing? I said, yeah, here's a menu.
Sure.
Turns out they have a party coming up Wednesday, and
Well, and I think your catering, so you will have a separate takeout menu. At this point, this is not takeout. This is all strictly catering.
it
right?
is. There's pizza on there. You can get a pizza.
Right.
If you wanted to get, say, a small, which on that menu serves 10,
Right.
Greek salad or
Yeah, you can
very
do the
nutty.
wraps, and you could. I know what you mean. Like the stuff that's instantly accessible.
I could do those same day, yeah.
Right.
But instant, like stand there, wait 10 minutes, you're getting
Yeah,
takeout.
yeah, and there's certain. So that menu is forthcoming. That's
Yep,
happened. Right?
that's the takeout. Yeah.
That's yeah.
I like to own and operate a business and bring the moving parts together, give people jobs, put them in jobs that they like,
Right.
not force someone to do something they don't like, and then serve the public what they want to be served.
That's it. And
So-
it's very satisfying.
Yeah.
You know, it is, and you're good at it.
And food just happens to be my means of expression, and when I realized that that's what I was put on earth to do,
So good. Oh, this is an awesome. So you know what we just did? We just